Mateus, congratulations, the first Manchester United goal, finally.
Yeah, finally. Well, I worked so hard for this. The wins started to come in and I'm so happy. But of course, I want a little bit more contribution. And then today is coming, we win and then everything is fine.
Was it playing on your mind a little bit to get that goal? I saw you speaking about it when you were on international duty.
Yeah, always of course, we are a little bit anxious when you play in the front to score goals, like I say, to have a little bit more contributions. But the last time I say this, if my participation is to help the team and then we start to win, I will be happy also. But of course, with this goal, everyone will be around me to push me. The guys started to joking around, oh, you can score, wow. But of course, this is some kind of things, then everyone push me and then I feel so happy to be here.
3 wins in a row for the team now as well. That's not happened under Ruben Amorim. It was 2 wins in a row last week that hadn't happened before. How much of a platform do you think you've given yourselves now to build on?
It's like I say, everyone have this full confidence on him. He's someone that pushes us forward. He needs to be a little bit more happy now. He always is someone that is very stressful to start to win and then improve every single day. But of course, he deserves
the biggest problem right now is that the coach keeps repeating the same tactics that clearly aren't working. Week after week, we're watching the same 3-4-2-1 setup, and week after week, the results remain disappointing. It's frustrating for the fans, and it raises serious questions about his flexibility and adaptability at the top level. Now, when you look at great modern managers, they've always been willing to adapt. Take Xabi Alonso as a perfect example. When he first arrived at Real Madrid, he didn't stubbornly force his 3-4-2-1 onto the players immediately. He realized very quickly that the squad was better suited to a 4-3-3. He allowed that system to breathe, he allowed the players to feel comfortable, and from there, he built his own style. That is the mark of a manager who understands balance between his philosophy and the reality of the squad he's working with. And this is the Premier League, not the Portuguese league. The level of competition is brutal here. Every mistake gets punished. Every tactical flaw gets exposed. You cannot simply stick to one system and hope it will click with time. You have to evolve. You have to innovate. And above all, you have to respect the nature of the league you're working in. Ask yourself this. How many coaches in the Premier League are really flourishing with a 3-4-2-1 system? Not many. It's not a formation that consistently thrives in this environment. The intensity, the pressing, the athleticism of the league often requires different structures, whether that's the balance of a 4-3-3, the solidity of a 4-2-3-1, or even the unpredictability of a 3-5-2. Sticking to a 3-4-2-1 in every game is like banging your head against a brick wall. The outcome will never change. There's an old saying that perfectly applies here. If you don't change the systems that produce the results you don't want, you'll keep experiencing the results you don't want. Right now, that is exactly the trap this coach has fallen into. The same tactical setup, the same failings, and the same poor results. Fans don't see progression. They don't see hope. They just see stubbornness. Think back to Sir Alex Ferguson, one of the greatest managers football has ever seen. Ferguson was never tied down to one tactical shape. He could use 2 or even 3 tactical adjustments in a single match if the situation demanded it. He adapted to his players, he adapted to his opponents, and that's one of the key reasons why he dominated English football for so long. So the message is clear. If this coach truly wants to succeed in the Premier League, he needs to take a long, hard look at his approach. The 3-4-2-1 is not working, and the longer he clings to it, the more damaging it will be, not just for him, but for the entire club. Change isn't a weakness, it's a necessity. The Premier League rewards managers who evolve and punishes those who don't. Right now, the choice is simple. Adapt or get left behind.
For dinner, didn't know Wells could take free kicks. How about that? I mean, would say for the goalkeeper, kind of goes in the middle of the goal. Maybe can't see it or it's too high, but what a finish from Wells. And then once they scored that first one, then you can obviously feel the momentum turn. Credit to them, they made subs which affected the game. I thought Gomez came on and affected it. This is a great header from the young man, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah, just a little glimpse, only 18 years old. Paid a lot of money for him, so there's a bit of pressure on his shoulders come from Greece. But brilliant header as he just gets across the front there. Takes a little bit of a whack from Xerxes, but brave header, good header, and gets his game back in the team. In the game, should I say. And then from that point, they just couldn't really find that foothold or that fluidity, or they couldn't just carve out that last final opportunity. I mean, when you look at Manchester United, I think probably 3-0 up. Even though they are set up as a counter-attacking team, you'd expect them to have better game management at Old Trafford, wouldn't you?
Yeah. To be fair, they made change. I think they thought the game was dead and buried at 3-0. They made change and it went the other way. One thing I would say is Brighton got the ball forward quickly. In the first 60 minutes, they just messed about with it on the edge of the box, kept turning it over, which led to goals. At the end of the game, they're just getting the ball in the box, putting Man United under pressure, and that's where the goals came from.
Well, that Charalampos-Kostoulos header had you out of your seat in the green room, Glenn. We were thinking the comeback could well and truly be on, but less than 4 minutes later, Owen, Brighton and Mbeumo again.
Watch this dummy from Bruno Fernandes, by the way. What's a ball from heaven? Watch the dummy from Bruno. Oh, my word. He's so clever. He's so smart. And what a finish from Mbeumo, but I think you see it from this angle better. Bruno always checking shoulder. Look, knows exactly where everybody is. That is just beautiful, honestly. Sometimes the best thing to do is not touch the football, and a great finish from Mbeumo.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's there, isn't it? That's meat and drink for him, isn't it, for Brighton and Mbeumo? 2 on the afternoon. Brilliant afternoon for him. I mean, Manchester United back where we're more used to seeing them. Whether the performances are good enough to keep them there, let's see.
And let's see what is ahead for your old team, Owen, in terms of Sean Dyche against Nottingham Forest. They go to the City ground and then a trip to London to face Tottenham Hotspur under Thomas Frank. And then after that, David Moyes comes back to Old Trafford with his Everton side there. In terms of a run, how are the next few weeks looking then? And can this continue?
Well, they're going to have to make the game against Forest because they're not a team they're going to want the ball. So, but they need to find a way. Even if you're not playing well, you need to find a way to get points. They're doing that at the moment. Long may it continue.
Yeah, enjoyed that. You guys, last few hours, there we go. Manchester United 3 points. And we watched, of course, Sunderland with a late winner earlier on at Stamford Bridge. Next, though, we are...